Welcome back. You're watching The Big Bang. Serving people is serving God is the motto of finance and investment companies who use it only for advertising though. It's always laced before their truth comes to light at the cost of unfortunate investors. Here's a shocker that the investors of City Limousines Limited received.
This is City Limousines India Limited in Bengaluru, which has been in business for the past 3.5 years. With branches across the country, the firm announced attractive offers to lure investors, but now people fear they have lost all they invested. A minimum investment of 1,29,000 was required to encash monthly returns of 7,500 for a period of 60 months. The company had issued post-dated checks along with shares, but investors began to feel duped only after their checks bounced.
1.5 years ago, I invested around about 5.5 lakh rupees. So only I will get 11 months I get check. Another last 2 months before I invested, I get clear only one check. So totally for my 5.5 lakh rupees, I got only 1 lakh. 4.5 lakh rupees is with him.
The company has more than 2 lakh investors throughout the country, with about 10,300 from Bengaluru alone. Aziz Khan, the director of the Bengaluru branch, had been making false promises to investors about them receiving their money at the earliest, but he later confessed that the bank account had been frozen by the central government.
We will cooperate.
Agitated by this, more than 200 people gathered outside the office just to find nobody there. Aziz Khan then appeared with the police to announce the court order. A few investors have registered a complaint with the Sheshadripuram police station.
We invested 1,41,000 rupees about 2 months ago. He said that he will give the checks after 15 days, but he did not give the money even after that. They said that it has to come from Mumbai. Later they said that they had a holiday as Andhra CM had expired. They said that after the first investment they will give a check after 60 months. 12 checks will be given in the first year was what they said. We have to deposit these checks according to the date, but the checks deposited since last month, they have bounced.
Most investors belong to the working class. Some of them have taken a bank loan and a few others have sold their jewelry to invest here. Aziz Khan has nothing but just lame excuses to give.
I will join with public. Since the superiors are not cooperating with me, I will support the investors. I will support them. I will be with one of the investors.
Aziz Khan in the end confessed that he had no clue about where the owner of the firm was. He also said he will work on getting their money returned to them. He is right now in police custody. Vishal, News 9, Bengaluru.
Festival seasons are recession-free, at least for Nama Bengalurians who like to...
Thank you very much, Mr. Khalid, for being here. Of course, let's very quickly take your views on what we have been actually witness to since last 31 hours.
So the BBPMP is just passing up the bucks to other things. It actually, this layout, it has been included in BMP and they should have closed all the drains. And this is not the first time this kind of incident happened. It's been there for past 20 years. When 1988 in Nayandahalli, a lady was drowned. And then after that in Jayanagar, there are many incidents like this. Many a times this has happened and they promised that they would look into this matter. But till date, no concrete steps have been taken. It's a blame game starts after every every incident, and then they say that they'll do something or the other to stop these kind of incidents, that they should not occur again. But what's happening, we witnesses every few months there's a new accident. So there should be an end to it.
And how do we get that end to it?
People should react. People should, like you say that now there should be another Munna Bhai. See, there should be some protest from the people, some action by the people, because the government alone cannot handle things, and we are the government. We are the government, people are the government, and if we think that the BBMP or the officials will take care of all this, it will not happen. We have to air our grievances, we have to meet the authorities, and if we find any open drain in our area, immediately we should inform the authorities and see that it's closed.
Okay, in this particular case, the people of that RR layout had been talking to BBMP continuously for the past 8 months to get that drain closed, to get that drain covered. Because this drain is believed to have had a protective wall around it on one side at least, but it was 8 months before when a bulldozer from the BBMP came and dozed it off, and then it was the residents of that area who actually approached the BBMP. There is an office of the BBMP very pretty much close in that locality. The people were continuously speaking to the BBMP authorities, asking them to get that drain covered at least, but there was no reaction from the BBMP authorities. Complete cold response from the BBMP rather, or no response at all. How do we get to move the people is the question. Like, we have got RTI, but nothing seems to be helping.
Yeah, RTI, okay, I do agree that RTI, if we want to know some information, we have to file an application, and then in turn we have to run from pillar to post to get the info, the required info. So that may not help at getting that RTI, because the people know it comes in it appears on the newspaper, features are being written, reports are being written, and discussions are being held. But what's the outcome? Nothing. So there should be something from the public, from the local, okay, from the elected representatives. They are our people who has to look into this matter. They are sitting quiet over this matter. And now in this particular case, when they say it was a BBMP's rain and there is their fault it is, now they are saying that criminal charges will be filed against the developer. Okay, the question as a developer, why was the developer given the authority to construct a layout there? That's a question.
The engineering department is solely responsible for sanctioning the layout. How did they sanction the layout? It is just bribe. Without greasing their palms, as I said earlier, no paper will move. And if he has been allowed to form a layout there in such a condition, it is definitely the fault of the BBMP. And it is the BBMP responsible for what has happened.
I'm forced to ask you this question, maybe at the cost of repetition. How do you rate the response of the government in this particular case, Mr. Rogers?
Well, the government is fighting for their own cause, not for the cause of the people, as of today. They are not doing anything for the cause of people. It is an eyewash. It is only during the election time that they will say that they will execute so many works, so many agendas are given. But what are the works taken up by the government?
How can we solve this? How can we actually make the government understand as a people, I repeat, as a people, how can we put it across strongly?
It is only through mass representation of the people. It is the responsibility of the people to attack the elected government. And if we do not act, there is no scope of this government.
Don't you find this strange? This is perhaps a question to all of you. Don't you find this strange that the minister, R. Ashok, says that we'll take action against the person who has designed the layout, and he is not talking about the in-charge officer of the BBMP who was supposed to ensure that nothing goes wrong in that particular area? Don't you think that this is number one, a tokenism, and number two, it is covering up or defending someone?
Of course, like I said, blame game starts after every incident. See, this is not the first time the incident has taken place. Okay, giving compensation is an entirely different thing. That will not bring a life back to the mother, to the child. And you see, if you remember, there were many instances when a full family traveling in a Maruti car was drowned in an open drain. So there are incidents. There are so many incidents. People have fallen into open drains, open ditches when they are dug for the cable work, and there's no coordination between the departments. See, BBMP people, if they have got any project, they will just pass on a tender to somebody, and they will dig up the roads. But who will cover that? If it's given to some private organizations like Tata or Reliance, at least they manage to do that. They dig and they cover. But others, they do not. And people, okay, they go to the authorities, but who is to listen to them? Now, like you said, who should build the cat? That's the question.
All right, let's go across to Asha, who's calling us from CV Ramnagar. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we are listening to you. Please go ahead. You're on the show.
Yeah, good evening. I just wanted to actually give in a view. This was a little earlier, though, in the day. The thing is, I want you to also have a program which, helps the BBMP to portray as to what they have done good. If they have done something good, you should say Wawa BBMP, not forever Jagore BBMP. So if they have done something good, you should encourage them and help them and tell them that, okay, they have done something good. Number two, I think the gentleman said about Reliance and Tatas, I think that's a fantastic idea. We need some corporate bodies to come in and help us. We are always complaining. We are always, putting the blame on somebody else. So I think we need to be very firm on getting corporates involved. And I think we can do a fantastic job with, really great companies like Infosys and Wipro.
We respect your views, ma'am. But can I ask you a question there? Can you just help me, count some good things that the BBMP has done?
I'm sure they would have done something. I'm sure, because we haven't even highlighted those. I'm sure if you said, okay, there's a drain open somewhere, they would have gone and closed it. I'm sure of it.
Then we would have known it, ma'am. We are running a campaign, Jagore BBMP, from every single locality. And trust me, we have not even got a single word of appreciation from any single resident of Bengaluru about the BBMP. We have also been looking at, as journalists, we also look for better stories, feel-good stories.
Yeah.
But we could never find any.
This whole, let me please interrupt you, but this whole saga of this BBMP is always criticizing, always, downplaying what they're trying to do. Okay, maybe there are loopholes and they're corrupt or whatever. But, let us encourage them. Let us give them some encouragement. Let them, okay, if they've done something good, let us highlight it. Let us put them on TV. Maybe they want that 15
that's right.
minutes
We are really open to it. We are really open to it. But the question is, let them do something good first.
Right. And also, the other point I really need to tell you is, please let our people be more aware. I think parents need to be more aware about their children. If there's an open drain, I don't think they should, let them play right there. They should be a little more cautious, So this is what I wanted to say, and thank you.
All right, thank you so much. We're talking about encouraging BBMP. Maybe now I'm forced to think, maybe we are going too much against it. But is there anything that we should appreciate about it?
What is that we can appreciate in BBMP? Tell me in which corner of Bangalore you can appreciate one good work done by them. Yes, they have taken up so many works. Have they done up to the standards or to the specification? Or as per the manual they maintain?
No, but they changed the BBMP commissioner last time.
They changed the BBMP commissioner because we voiced our feelings. Mr. Subramaniam was thrown out of this place as a commissioner because of this problem. Otherwise, he was glued to his chair.
Yes, sir.
You see, I agree with Asha who said, always, we should not blame anybody. When something is good is done, definitely it is. As my friend was telling, nothing is done. No, yes, there is something always.
But he has done a nice park.
One second.
In front of his house.
For example, in a Basavangudi, in constituency, one MLA was there, I don't want to name that MLA. He has crores of rupees has spent and done beautiful job as maybe roads are concerned, it may be footpaths are concerned, drainage concerned, sports complex are everything they had done. Because he was very taskmaster, though BBMP, all the officials used to be under his bet and call and do the job. Like that, if the politician really interested in his constituency to win once again and once again and once again.
No, but the point there is that there has to be a pushing done.
That's what I said. Because he was pushing, they used to do the job.
Okay, why is it that we have to push our system, which of course has recognized, has properly designed and demarcated areas, of course. Why is it that we still have to push people?
It was at the vested interest of that MLA that area was developed.
Okay, we'll talk about that. Why is it that we have to push people to actually perform their duties? Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back.
It was his vested interest.
Welcome back. It's 32 hours and still counting. We don't have a clue of where Vijay is. Of course, my colleagues are there out there. They are tracking. They are giving us a minute-by-minute update of what's happening in terms of the rescue search operations there. Let's go across to one of my News 9 audience members, Deepa Shankar, who's calling us from Austin Town. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
So I just would like to give you a thing what I've gone through the BBMP. My complaint was a lady who was encroaching on the footpath and running a restaurant. When I had given a complaint to the commissioner, he immediately swung out and he took action against him, against the place, and he seized the place. Then when we went and questioned again they asked to open back the restaurant. When I went and asked Dr. Basvendrappa, who's the health officer here, so immediately he had gone and lodged a complaint against me, saying that I've given him a life threat. And after 3 years, they've come with a counter case against me, and now I'm in a run for bail.
Okay. I think we have heard about this case earlier as well when we were discussing Abhishek issue. Is the problem still not solved?
No.
Fine. So have you approached the BBMP authorities to actually put forward your case and actually draw a clear picture?
Yes, I've met him, but there's no response from that side. And when I went and spoke to Mrs. Mala Ramachandran, she said go and immediately apply for Right to Information Act. Right to information. I've got all the papers which is not related to that property, and she has nothing related to that property, but still she's running that restaurant when she's got her own plan sanction on that place where she's supposed to run a bakery.
Okay, these are the kind of things. If we agree and if we agree to what this lady is saying, these are things that happen in BBMP.
Well, so complainant becomes the accused.
Even as per the borewell is concerned, you see, we were going through that Gulbarga instance or whatever it is. You see, borewell is dug, it is not covered. Capped. The two people are responsible. Number one is the borewell people. Number two is the site owner, the plateau. Both will be responsible for this. Until and this is solved, the case should be booked against both the people, not on owner. The child, what it can do, a small child of 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, what ignorant child, what they can do. So until these things are, and also one more thing, the BBMP, makes a road, beautiful road it makes. Within 1 week or 15 days, again it is going to trench is done. It may be Reliance, it may be Tata, it may be Airtel, it may be Spice, whoever it is. What is the use?
Whose money is
And
that?
Because there is no coordination. One second. There is no coordination between the BESCOM, between the telephone department, between the BBMP, between the BWSSB. There is no coordination at all. See, they should have a plan for the whole year. So we are going to take up the job in the month of January. So whatever your jobs are concerned, you finish well. And for every 100 yards or 100 feet, whatever it is, you must have some kind of a, in center, they should have some kind of pipeline where they can go, any kind of wires, they can respond. Nothing is being done. Footbath is the worst thing.
Okay, whose money is this? Reminds me about something that you were saying about the compensation.
It is no use of taking the taxpayers' money and paying it as compensation. Blame must be apportioned, and the one who is responsible, he should be docked. His salary should be docked. Only then will he not commit such a mistake again, and it will be a warning for all the other inefficient and slack people.
I totally agree with him. Unless you pinch, it will not hurt him. So you must take that money of 1 lakh rupees or 2 lakh rupees, 5 lakh rupees from the concerned particular engineer who is responsible, the whole team as such. Then only they will open their eyes.
Of late there were so many incidents of dog biting, dog mauling small kids. See, the small kids are being victimized because due to the negligence of the BBMP. The fault lies with the BBMP. Okay, people go and complain them to clear the garbage. They don't pick up the garbage. Tell me how many of us, we all have experienced this. And they say that, okay, there are mutton shops, there are this chicken shop, all these people, they dump the garbage into it, and that's why the dogs breed on it. Then the dogs want to have some flesh. And the easiest prey is the smallest child in the locality. Okay, then the people shout at it, people fight for it, then dog lover comes in. Dogs have been taken to the dog pounds, but what happens after that? Okay, they were sterilized, brought back again to the same locality. Okay, rabies vaccination. There are no rabies vaccination available. Nothing of that sort. Even for HIV-1, even for cholera, there's no medications available to the poor people in poor localities. For instance, DJLE is an area where 2 lakh populations there, more than 2 lakhs. And there's only one health center and there are no paracetamol available in an emergency. If there's no paracetamol, how can we expect they will have this medicines for H1N1 and other things?
Okay, we have Jyotsna on the phone line. Hello. I'm afraid we just lost contact with her. But there are many statements coming about. Of course, we heard that from the minister as well. I just want your comments on that, all 4 of you. Are the parents at fault?
No. Parents are also at fault.
It is only 25% fault on the parents.
Because
25% or 10% or 5%, they are also at fault.
They don't have a shelter. They don't have a
They
place
have no
to
shelter.
live.
Where the child should
Where
they
will
tell
the
me?
children be brought
They are
up?
construction workers.
Okay, forget that whether they have a shelter or not. This could have been anyone else's child as well.
Anybody else.
Are the parents at fault in that case?
Not at all.
No,
Not
because
at
the
all.
open drain is the main culprit. And BBMP is the main culprit. The authorities should be booked, not the person layout developer. Okay, layout developer, they are hand in glove with it. How is the layout sanctioned in the first place? When